Welcome everyone to the Indian Express newspaper of 16th October 2022. I will explain this newspaper in 3 steps. First is why is the news, second is what is the news, and third is what can be the future prospects of the news. So let's get started with the first news, which is Pakistan is dangerous. It has nuclear weapons without any cohesion. This is by Biden, who is President of America. So, first of all, why is this news? Because President Biden was present in a summit. He was addressing a Democratic Party Congressional Campaign Committee reception. So, that is why he say that Pakistan is one of the most dangerous nations in the world. So, what exactly can we conclude from here? Because Pakistan is doing state sponsored terrorism. So that is why Biden has called Pakistan one of the dangerous nation in the world. It has nuclear weapon. We know that Pakistan and India both are a nuclear weapon country without any cohesion. So he's talking about irresponsible possession of nuclear weapon. Now coming to next page, we see what Pakistan has responded to this quotation by Biden. A PTI report quoted Sharif as saying that Biden's remarks were factually incorrect and misleading. So he called out that he has not given correct remarks. Over the past decades, Pakistan has proven to be most responsible nuclear state, wherein its nuclear program is managed through a technically sound and foolproof command and control system. So they are trying to say that our nuclear system is safe, controlled, it is commanded technically better. Pakistan Foreign Minister Bilawal Bhutto Zardari has said that Islamabad was following global standards in safety and security of its nuclear assets. We know that there has been an international law regarding possession of nuclear assets. If you have a nuclear weapon, then you have to make sure that you meet standards of international level in terms of safety, in terms of security of that nuclear weapons. Countries cannot be irresponsible of that. So what can we expect in the future? More tussle between Pakistan and US. You see, both sides have called out some heated quotations about each other. So what we can see is only we can in the next coming newspaper. So we will be tracking this news. Next comes city page, then more of city page, and then comes government and politics page. So here two headlines are important and more news reading will be just a waste of time. So spread Prime Minister's messages in villages. Shah tell Analyis from Gujarat ahead of poll. So this is about Gujarat becoming ambassadors. In fact, NRIs from Gujarat to become ambassadors for BJP. So this is a political news. We will just stay away from that. Next is society rejects irrelevant laws, else will become burden. So we have seen that a lot of laws were repealed and more concrete and shorter laws were being introduced in the Indian system. So only headline was important. Next we will move to our next page. So then comes a news that India has ranked 107th on hunger index. So first of all, why is this news? Because globally every year we have an index that places countries according to their rank. And what is the current rank? 107th. What was the last year rank? It was 101. So it has slipped 6 places and ranked 107 out of 121 countries in 2022. So what is the center's reaction? Center has called it. It means India has called this index a misinformation, and it has called out that this is a conspiracy, a part of consistent effort to taint India's image. So this is about this index, that this index is trying to taint India's image. And how can this image will be tainted? Because it shows that India is not able to fill the stomach of its own citizens. So reacting a report, the Union Ministry of Women and Child Development stated, a consistent effort is yet again visible to taint India's image as a nation. So there is a consistent effort. She is talking about other countries, that they are trying hard, in fact, to make visible, to taint India's image as a nation. They want to show the whole globe that India is a nation that does not fulfill the food security and nutritional requirements of its population. In fact, we have seen a lot of people and lot of government support, in fact, for curbing any kind of food insecurity in India. So now misinformation seems to be the hallmark of annually released Global Hunger Index. So they are talking that this is complete misinformation. Now coming to our next news. So in this page most of the news is crime based. We'll move forward to next page. Okay, next come economy page. So Finance Minister urges World Bank to avoid unidimensional view of subsidies. So subsidies can be viewed in two forms. In fact, two views can be of subsidies. First is waste of money, and second is social welfare. So Finance Minister urges World Bank to view subsidy not as a waste of money, but as an consistent effort of government to do social welfare program. So what she is talking about, it is important to differentiate between distortive subsidies. So distortive subsidies are those that led to nothing, which means simply a waste of money. So it is important that you differentiate between distortive subsidies and targeted support to vulnerable households. That means to person who need these subsidies a lot. For example, farmers, they need fertilizer subsidies. Then Indian homes that have income less, that are coming below poverty line, they need their fuel subsidy. For example, government is providing LPG connections. So as an illustration, she said that by providing free LPG connection, under everyone knows that this free LPG connection comes under Pradhan Mantri Ujjwala Yojana over the last 6 years. So by providing this free LPG connection, Indian government has ensured access to clean cooking methods, because previously they were using dung cakes or coal fire or simply fuel wood. That created a lot of pollution plus diseases in the homes that uses these cooking methods. Now by providing free LPG connections, government is trying to make their access easy to clean cooking methods that has achieved near saturation for women in India. So she is talking that World Bank must consider that India is providing subsidies in order to support the vulnerable households. Now, coming to our next page. So, there is a word page, key meetings today. China expected to grant Xi 5 more years with no major changes. First of all, why is this news? Because China is going to select, not elect. China is not a democracy. It is a one party rule country. So China is going to select its own president. And there are a lot of possibility that the current president Xi Jinping will take on for the next 5 year term. So what is this system? There's a system that there's a Congress that has some 96 million members and over 2000 people that attend the meetings, and they will select the next candidate. So China on Sunday opened a twice a decade party conference at which leader Xi Jinping is expected to receive a third 5 year term that breaks with the recent precedent and establishes himself as arguably the most powerful Chinese politician since Mao Zedong. So he was the one that led China to a top, and Xi Jinping is not less than him. But Mao Zedong has 3 terms of 5 years. Chinese President Xi Jinping is currently on its second term. He wants a third 5 year term. And how exactly will he get this? Because Xi has left little room for further political aggrandizement. And why? Because he has placed himself thoroughly, which means he has a key foothold in many working groups that he leads. For example, he leads domestic affairs, then he leads foreign policy, military, economy, and other matters. So he has shown China that he is a leader that can take China to the top. China considers Xi Jinping as their own leader, so there is a little possibility that he will not be given next 5 year term. So more possibilities are that he will get it. What can we expect in the future? If he gets this term, then Xi Jinping will get more time to revive economy, to revive his own military powers, to make them more strong. And this will lead to more Chinese aggression. We have seen this in Taiwan. But President Xi Jinping have not invaded Taiwan. He has only shown his strength using military drills. Why exactly he haven't in fact now invaded Taiwan? Because economy was not in a better position, and also he wanted to make military more stronger before invading. China and China's leadership does not want to become another Russia. As you see, Russia just invaded into Ukraine, and now the current war is going on since 6 months. In fact, more than 6 months. China wants to be more assertive, and this can only be achieved when he has more aggressive and assertive leader like Xi Jinping. So we can expect him to win third term also. So this can be the future prospect, more aggressive China. That can become a problem for India too. Now this comes an end to the newspaper. Now you can read this newspaper by yourself as well.